We're live. We're live. This is great. This is great. Look at you. Ha!
Oh, do you
Hey,
want me to?
Jess, how's it going?
Good.
All right,
How are you?
we
Oh,
go vertical or horizontal?
I don't care.
me, neither. Me neither. How's your day going so far?
Good. Just got off work like 20 minutes ago.
That's awesome. How's your hands?
They are actually really good. Why is my? Hang on. Let me. My screen's gonna do something stupid, so let me go to my settings and turn the screen on completely.
No problem.
I don't know if it'll kick me out or
hmm
not if I do that.
Okay.
Okay. I think we're good
Okay.
now.
Perfect. All it really did was like freeze. So if
Oh,
anytime you
I
have
can't
to
hear
like,
you. Oh, okay.
okay, perfect. All it really did was freeze when you left. So I mean that's fine. Doesn't hurt.
Oh,
Um.
okay. Well, that's easy then.
So
That's good.
yeah, I know it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt anybody. I think even when, if you could probably still hear me when you were out, right? Or no?
I couldn't,
Oh, that's weird. Hmm.
but oh, at least we know it doesn't like destroy everything when I leave.
Yeah, we're both living this
Yeah.
stuff. But let's get it started. Let's get this thing started. Hey guys, hope everyone's day is going great. We are on live, Instagram live. Jess is going to tell us something very, very crazy. You already could tell by the titles, but we're not going to get there yet. We're going to ease our way into this, and we're going to start with simple introductions. So, Jess, introduce yourself. Who are you? What are you about? What do you do? Your profession. She's an expert.
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, my name's Jess. I have been a therapist for the past 10 years, a massage therapist. I graduated from Pima in Albuquerque. I own 505 Medical Massage in Rio Rancho, New Mexico. I started my business last year after just getting tired of doing corporate massage. I was a
Mm,
lead therapist in corporate massage for 6 years. And it's not like it was not all bad, but I knew that what I wanted to do and where my passion was just outside the bounds of what they were going to allow me to do. Like I wanted to do
mm.
cupping, I wanted to do very medical work, and just work with a lot more advanced modalities that they literally just don't let you do in corporate massage,
Oh wow.
which is frustrating. Or if they do let you do it, they restrict it so much that it's like not medical anymore.
There's no a point doing it.
Yeah,
Oh wow.
it's frustrating. Yeah, that's a whole conversation in and of itself. um, but yeah, so I just got tired of that, and I knew I just kind of outgrown it. Really, was what
Right.
happened. So I started 505 in July of last year, and as of February, stopped taking new clients because my schedule
What?
is insane. My Saturdays are booked out 6 weeks or 7 weeks right now. And I think I have like 5 appointments they can book for all of May, and that is just because of cancellations that have happened.
Oh my gosh. Pat yourself on the back. I'm patting myself on the back for you.
Thank you.
Thank you for getting you on your podcast.
It's been super rewarding. It's been so much fun. I feel like I've grown more as a medical massage therapist and just as like a person in general in the past
Mhm.
year that I've had my business than I did like the entire time I've been a therapist before that.
Wow. I'm 100% sure it's a lot of the work you've been doing at the corporate environment and like throughout these like past, well, since July, almost 10, 9 months.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully I got that right. Just throwing that out there. Yeah, perfect. Um, I feel like it's a lot of those actions like are leading to what like is now today. You saying 6 weeks booked out. So very proud of those actions that were in the past. You know, I couldn't say it to the old Jess, but I'm saying it to the Jess
Thank
now.
you.
But of course, of course. So I guess let's just one more question before we get into the main topic. I guess take us back to before you became licensed. Why did you go into massage therapy?
So I took a yoga. So my high school actually in Rio Rancho, they
hmm
offered a elective credit yoga class, which was
Wow,
amazing.
I
And
bet.
so every morning, like I think it was my sophomore year of high school, I want to say,
hmm
every morning for that semester, I started the day off doing yoga. and it was awesome. And I got credit for it. It was fantastic. But that class really taught me about like natural ways of taking care of myself, some Chinese medicine. The instructor like actually had a acupuncturist come in and do
Mhm.
acupuncture on him so we could see what it was like. So it wouldn't be
Wow.
like this, you know, kind of fear, like unknown thing.
Right.
So we just talked all about kind of that. So that got me interested in massage in general.
Hmm.
And I was just always naturally working on my friends. If they said their neck hurt or their back hurt, I just always was wanting
What?
to help them. So I just was very like naturally drawn to it. And then they were always like, "Oh, you're so good at this. You're so awesome." And it was very rewarding. And I didn't want a
Wow.
job where I was at a desk. I didn't want a job where I wasn't like being active.
Right.
And I've just always been interested like in medical stuff and like the human body fascinates me. So I thought this was the perfect fit. And it is literally becoming a therapist is the best thing I have ever done for myself. I
Right.
am so happy. Like I love my
I'm
job.
happy to hear that. I'm happy to hear that. That's actually crazy. Yoga in high school. Honestly, I just wanted to know if someone else ever had yoga in high school
I
because
know, right?
you're starting your morning off like clear-headed.
Hmm.
You're going in. Obviously, the coursework is not fun, but the yoga part, I'm like, I feel like once after yoga, I feel like I can take on anything.
Actually, the
So,
coursework was cool. We did, so for the
mhm,
5 days we were in school, three of
mhm.
them were just yoga. And then we had 2 days where we learned about Eastern religions. It was so
Okay,
awesome.
that's awesome.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
like,
it was
that's not even a
amazing. I would take that
class.
class.
That's free yoga.
Right?
It
It was
literally
just
would have
fun.
been.
Like, mhm.
Oh wow.
It
Okay.
was amazing.
So it's almost like this your career right now. It's like if you never did yoga, do you think it probably would have sparked you become a massage therapist or
I
no?
don't know. I really
It's
don't
tough.
know. I would like to say yes, but I don't know.
Wow. I feel
Because
like
I
it's
had
probably
never
like
been
maybe
exposed to like any of that before that class.
right. And you didn't have any sort of like how would you say like doubt? You kind of like right after high school, you're like, I'm doing this.
Hmm.
Oh wow. Okay. Kudos to you.
Thank you. I think I'm very lucky that I'm one of the people who just knew straight
What
away
they
what they
wanted.
needed to do.
Right. Right. Yeah. Definitely. And if you didn't, it's okay.
Yeah,
Mistakes you learn.
right.
Everyone makes mistakes.
You can always reinvent yourself. It's all good.
Right. No, that's interesting. Um, and this definitely I think this is the main topic of this live, leading into the next portion because Jess is very passionate. You're obviously, of course, you're doing it now. You're
Thanks.
doing it. You're working for yourself. You're working for your clients. I feel like that passion led uh, you to start doing your own thing, which it's always not. How would you say? It's not always not what the industry says, and the corporate environment. They're usually against certain things. Like it sounds like they're against cupping and some of the using the more newer, nuanced
Yes.
forms, which aren't really new because they're I'm
They've
assuming
been around
they're
for
here in the
thousands of
past,
years. Yeah.
thousands of years. Yeah, going.
Thank you, CJ.
Can you hear me, Jess?
I can't. Picking up really bad. I can't hear you. I don't know if it's me. Do you want me to take me off of my? I fixes it. Oh no. Let me see if that makes it better. Oh, I can hear you now.
Let me change up the scene. That'll definitely be a lot better.
Yes.
Um, so let me get my little chair situated. It wouldn't be.
I don't know if it was my internet or your internet that was throwing a fit.
It was most likely mine. I'll take the blame. I take full responsibility. We wouldn't be human. We wouldn't be human if stuff like this didn't happen. So.
Right? Yeah. It has, you know. The universe has to keep us humble somehow.
Oh yeah, of course. But nothing's perfect. Nothing's perfect.
No.
Hopefully you can sound the sound of my grunting and movement. I'm keeping someone entertained, doing a lot of work in the background. Probably not moving anything, but
Oh, yay.
okay. Perfect. Better. Okay. So
Much better.
leading into that, it seems like you always kind of go against or I feel like to be successful in some sort of businesses and new businesses like Airbnb, Uber, they're going against like industry standards, right? So in this case, you going on your own business, you're kind of going against the corporate standard, but you're going with something that is true to like help clients and things like that. So there was one thing you mentioned outside of this live, right? And it was most people in the world kind of refer to massage therapy as, it's not really that, because it is helping people. So in a way where it's like they're actually feeling better about their health, and getting better through their health. So regarding that statement, what is the reason why you say that? Because I actually agree with you. I just want to know a little bit more, and I'm sure some people are probably like, wait, are they service workers or are they medical professionals? So I guess just go into more detail on that.
I do agree that corporate massage kind of pushes the idea that it's like service work and not medical work. But I think it just comes from like a little bit of ignorance to like the background of what makes a massage therapist and what we have to do to become and stay a massage therapist. I think if people knew more of that, which I'll definitely just dive into, they'd realize like, oh, okay, this is like someone, a medical professional, the same way like a physical therapist, the same way a chiropractor is, like very much in that same field. In school, we are taught a ton of medical knowledge. We are tested very thoroughly, and we have weeks of courses on pathology where we have to learn diseases in the body, and then we have to specifically learn how massage relates to those ideas in the body and whether or not it's a systemic contraindication, which means the entire body. We could, if they have a systemic contraindication, then the whole body can't be worked on. Or if it's a local contraindication where that area specifically needs to be avoided, like if they had a cut or something, you know. So you have to know all of that for like
you said a few
every
words
medical issue anyone could ever have.
Contra. I was like, contradiction. What? I was like,
contraindication.
I know it's medical because
so if someone had so if someone had like diabetes that was not well managed by medication, that was kind of out of control, like massage in general can be systemically contraindicated for that. There is obviously nuance in that. Like if someone had diabetes that wasn't very well managed, I'd probably be comfortable, depending on some other factors of their health, doing basic, very light, gentle massage on them, but I would not do anything intense. I wouldn't do cupping. I wouldn't do any deeper pressure on them, nothing along those lines. So you have to know things like that for every issue a human being can come into your office with.
Right.
Which is a lot.
That makes sense. You're almost informed and like educated on stuff like certain, even medical professionals may not even be educated on. So in regards to that, because it's actually interesting that you mentioned that, why do you think most people do think it's service work?
I think the general society, their experience with massage is just going to like a fancy spa for their birthday or something, you know, and just getting like a relaxing treatment. And then that's what they think massage is. And obviously that is a perfectly valid aspect of massage therapy, but there's so much more to massage therapy than that. And even those people have to do the same exact training and same exact requirements for their licensure as I do. I mean, it's not like just because they're working in a relaxing spa, they're not required to do less than I am. They have to do the same thing I do.
Right.
Like we have to have malpractice insurance. I don't think a lot of people realize that either.
What?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Okay. And I don't know, because there's instances where, and it's crazy because it's like it's not being pushed that way, right? And I don't know. Tell me if this is true. Are there's insurance companies for quote unquote, like if a client goes to a doctor and a doctor actually recommends a massage therapist, are there insurance companies that will pay and cover massage therapists or no?
I think so. It seems like it's very hard to get an insurance company to cover medical massage or any type of massage for
Hmm.
that matter. Which makes no, it's frustrating because I'm like, you'll cover acupuncture, you'll cover chiropractic, you'll cover physical therapy,
Right,
you'll cover occupational therapy, but you won't cover massage therapy. Like you'll cover everything else, but not the work that I
right.
do. That's great. But I don't personally know of any insurance companies that will.
Hmm.
If your doctor specifically prescribes you medical massage, it has to be for, typically, this is how I've heard it works, it has to be for a specific issue, like to help manage your migraines or to work
Hmm.
surgery or something like a very specific thing. And then you have to prove
Hmm.
to that insurance company if they are willing to cover it. You have to prove to that company through your medical notations and the progress the client is making that it's effective and valid. And the insurance company decides how fast the client should be progressing and how they should be progressing, and not the therapist, which is
Wow.
just infuriating because like I'm not,
It's ins
I mean, like, yes, I'm in control of how much my clients progress, but no, I'm not at the same time. Like
right because it
I am
depends.
an aspect of it. I'm not the entire thing.
Yeah, and it's interesting because even though you are helping, and it's the same thing with, like you said, occupational therapists, chiropractors. It's like even though they are conducting the work, that's not the end all be all solution once they leave. They're
Mm-hmm.
still making
Like,
recommendations and
yeah,
things like
you
that.
still have to do your self-care. Like you still have to, like my
Wow.
insurance will just blanketly cover 20 appointments of chiropractic for me a year. And the chiropractor doesn't need to prove that they're helping me. Like they just blanketly cover 20 appointments here, which is fantastic. I am not complaining. Like
Mhm.
that's great. I am not mad about that at all. But I'm like, why can't you
Right.
do the exact same thing for massage?
Exactly.
Like
It's
cover
not like
20
it's
appointments.
there
You don't even need to cover 20 appointments. Cover 12. Like
10,
right?
5,
Something,
something.
any. I'll take two. Like
That's so interesting. And like it's like I think in today's era, maybe who knows, maybe in the future it probably get there, right? But it's like there's on maybe YouTube and things like that and social media, there is maybe these videos like chiropractic or cupping videos like those, I guess two to per se, for example, that when chiropractors are like they're showing like the neck cracks and things like
mm-hmm.
that really like shock people, and I think cupping is up there on that same level.
It
And
definitely is.
it's it's interesting because I was like, wait a minute, why are they not treated the same? And you could see how like there's people against chiropractic, so I actually can see how it's like
Oh yeah.
it's almost like a term
Yeah.
to insurance agencies and insurance. It's just the term I feel like is that was just separating them like, oh, massage or relax.
Mm-hmm. I
Chiropractic, oh,
have
that's
so
medical.
many clients who are like, I've never had massage like the way you do massage. And I'm like, ah, I know. I'm like, that's not a good thing, it's a bad thing.
He's like, I could tell. He's like,
Yeah,
I've
right.
invested in
I'm
massage
like, I
therapist.
don't know.
I know.
Not that there aren't plenty of amazing therapists who are far more skilled and successful than I am, because there absolutely are. I don't mean to sound like there's
Right.
not.
Right.
There are tons upon tons of amazing therapists in the world.
Wow. I'm actually very curious now that when you do get clients, are they, like what do they come to you for, like most of the time? Do they come to you for stuff that they have been working on themselves, that they went to a chiropractor before? Like what are some of these issues that they come to you for?
I see a lot of clients who have been like, I've tried everything and nothing's helped, and I'm at the end of my rope. I
Mm,
hear that a lot. I had a client come in who I think I just started seeing him 3 months ago,
mm-hmm.
who severely impinged and kind of, I wouldn't say froze, but it just really impinged his left shoulder to where
Mm-hmm.
his like big complaint, he's like, when I'm in the shower and I try to like wash my hair, I can't raise my hand to wash my hair. Or like if I'm
Wow.
trying to wash my armpit, I can't reach
Right.
because his
Right.
arm was like like it was super restricted. Like he couldn't do those movements at all. And then when he was sleeping, if he laid on that shoulder, it was like causing him a ton of pain. And so he was like,
Mhm.
I'm like, I can't sleep well at night. I can't function. Like I don't have normal life skill stuff, and was like super
Mhm.
frustrated, and nothing had helped. So I had to go in with like, just we got him into doing cupping, which was fantastic. So I started doing
Mhm.
cupping and gua sha on him, and just doing super, super thorough, focused work all around the armpit, and just
Right. Right.
slowly, slowly pushing into that subscap, stretching the arm across, just getting that whole area to release.
Mhm.
And we have knocked it out like 90% in like 3 months.
Wow.
So I was
Sheesh.
that is like pretty incredible. Usually I don't see results quite that fast, quite that
Mhm.
effectively.
Right.
We just got lucky with this one. But that's the kind of stuff that I see, and that's the kind of stuff that I do is a lot of it's rehab. And then once we get to the point where we have him now to where he is functioning, he can sleep well at night, it's not causing him a lot of pain. Um,
Mhm.
he has his like daily life skill movements back. Um, then we just kind of can drop it down to like more of a maintenance where we're still focusing on that area and still working it more intensely.
Right.
But we don't need to be as intense, and we can get to more of the rest of the body as well.
Right.
And just keep it where it is to where it's not going to flare back up again, which
Wow.
is nice. I love it
That
when
yeah,
we can
that's
get there.
really
It's
nice.
so rewarding when we can get to maintenance massages.
Oh.
When a client's like, when a client comes in, they're like, "Oh, I'm feeling really good. We just need to maintain what's going on." I'm like, "Yes, that's
And then
amazing."
you find out it's like, well, we gotta get there.
Yeah. But
Wow.
yeah, like I have two clients as well who they were in a motorcycle accident or last year
Mhm.
that was very severe and shattered both of their left legs to varying degrees.
Sheesh.
And like one of them almost had their ankle completely ripped off. It was very intense. So there's, as you can imagine, tons of scar tissue throughout their entire left leg on both sides, or for both of
Mhm.
them. Um, so we have just been like doing very thorough, very specific work to get that fascia to break up, to get those muscles working again, to get the body to trust that area because the body does not trust that area right now.
Mhm.
And just all of those kinds of things.
I can imagine like it's very painful, like very very painful.
Yeah,
So
there's times where I'm like working like very, very gently, and they're like, "Oh, oh, oh," and I'm like, "I'm so sorry. I don't know how to apply less pressure right now. Like, I wouldn't be touching you."
he's like, yeah, Josie, I don't want no one wants to hurt you, please.
Right? Like I'm trying to be as gentle as humanly possible and still be effective.
Right, right. So, okay, because this kind of like, I feel like these like instances that you just mentioned, like they literally sell that point that
Mm-hmm.
you're saying, um, that is, you guys aren't just quote unquote service workers, you know, medical professionals. These are actual real testimonials and things like that. I guess what would you say to someone that may be going through like, or I guess some of the things that you notice are main things that people go to doctors for, um, or chiropractors for, and things like that. What are some like main uh, things that your profession are actually help with, and people in the world with their body and injuries and things like that? What are some of the main things that they I would say they go to the wrong profession for when they should be going to you guys?
I see so many clients who have frozen shoulder,
Mm-hmm.
and they go to their doctor, and their doctor just gives them a little cortisone shot that
Ah.
maybe helps or maybe does nothing. It depends.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a hit or miss. And then that's all they do.
Hmm.
They don't go anywhere else for help. And I've had a lady, that's something I see so often. One lady comes to mind where she came to me and she was like, "I'm at the end of my rope. I've gone to my doctor for years. All he's doing is giving me cortisone shots. They're not helping."
Mm-hmm.
She was like, "I've been to physical therapy. That didn't help me." She's like, "I'm in pain every day. I don't know what to do. Like, you're my last hope." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, thanks. No pressure." But just a little bit of manual massage, not even very intense, just a little bit of work like on her infraspinatus
Mm-hmm.
and like through this area, like the lats and teres minor and all that,
Mm-hmm.
fixed it in 20 minutes. I mean, it didn't fix, but like made a huge improvement.
Huge improvement.
20 minutes. of very simple, I mean, like very, very basic medical massage work on her shoulder.
Wow.
And that is the kind of stuff that like infuriates me because I'm like,
It does.
why? I don't, obviously, I did not tell her this because I'd be super
Yeah.
inappropriate. But I was like, why isn't your doctor telling you to go get medical massage?
That's
Why?
that's what I'm saying.
Like, it's just infuriating. And I see it. So frozen shoulder issues, I think, are probably the first thing that I think of when people go to a doctor instead of going to a medical massage therapist. I mean, go to your doctor too. I'm not saying don't go to your doctor. Just
Right.
go to medical massage as well. Or any type of issue in the hip.
Hip. Okay.
I had a client who her psoas was like super flared up and it was causing pain like in her like lower abdominal area. Because it was just like restricting everything right there. And she went to her doctor, and her doctor told her it was impossible for muscle issues to be causing pain in her abdomen. And I was like, I'm like, how do I stay in my scope of practice and tell this woman that her doctor is a moron? Yeah. So I was just like, no, it's perfectly. What do you mean it's impossible? Of course it's possible.
Right. So I can
Yeah,
feel it. I can feel your anchor.
Yeah, I was just like, okay, just get on my table before I just start screaming. Like, and then yeah, again, like we worked on it for, a little while. That one was actually pretty intense to work on, so credit there. But and then she felt better.
Wow.
Just sometimes
I'm
the
sure.
answers to people's pain is just so simple,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, ugh, it's frustrating.
Yeah, I know. I can imagine that. I can just like when I actually can tell like from the body language and like the passion. I'm like, yeah, this is one of those things. And trust me, I guess tips, fitness tips, exercise tips, things like that. It's really frustrating when people are getting the wrong advice, and
Mm-hmm.
that's causing them to hold back on whatever their health or their improvement, and which is kind of why I alluded to that question. Hopefully we can get on live in the future again and discuss it more often or more detail. But it's almost like
That
I
would be
kind of know
awesome.
for this specifically, I want to get like a breakdown list of like maybe like symptoms and things like that people are feeling, so they know to, hey, go
Oh,
to
that would be awesome.
a massage therapist instead of doctors, because at the end of the day, no offense to doctors, but they're in business. They're a business just like everyone else is a business,
Mm-hmm.
and they're going to do whatever to help their business with their margins and things like that. And they may not be pushing people in the right direction because they weren't
I've
informed.
found, yeah, I've like found lipomas on people, which
Mm-hmm.
are just like little like fat lumps on the body. They're perfectly harmless. I mean, almost always perfectly harmless.
Mm-hmm.
But if I find something on the body like that, then it's my obligation to tell the client that, there's a little lipoma there, just so they know and they can tell
Mm-hmm.
their doctor. So I found them before, and I know what they feel like. I felt probably hundreds of them. They're not a big deal. And they'll go to their doctor and they'll be like, oh, can you feel this lump just so you know that it's there and, you can kind of affirm what it is. And the doctor will be like, there's nothing there. I'm like, I am not insane, okay? Like, like yes, it is there. And I'm like, okay, now I just tell people to go to their dermatologist to get that confirmed, because the dermatologist will actually be able to identify that properly. Like, don't go to your primary care, go to your dermatologist.
It's like,
Yeah.
just don't listen to that. Don't listen to that. On
Right?
their body, don't listen to that.
Like,
No, that's funny. That's funny. Wow, I'm definitely like, I don't even like cutting things. I don't like cutting things short, but I'm like, definitely this has to be continued, and it will be continued with that topic, because I definitely want to keep going on. Definitely want to make this video one topic so people come here, they get what they're looking for, but we lead them into the
yes,
next
definitely.
Instagram live, and hopefully that'll be that, or maybe some other topics you mentioned with. Hopefully it didn't freeze. Hope you're still there. Froze a little bit. Hopefully we lead into the next Instagram live with some more topics, like some of the ones you mentioned, what to do if your massage service dealing with malpractice, and some other things. What we mentioned, symptoms that you experience that you may need to go to a medical massage therapist
Mm-hmm.
instead of going straight to the doctor. No offense to the doctor, but everyone is skilled at certain things, and everyone are skilled to handle certain symptoms that others professions are not.
Exactly.
So I would like to, transition this to a end and ask, is there anything else that you would like to add, Jess, before we end this live? I actually really
No,
appreciate having you on here.
thank you. I appreciate doing this. This is fun. You guys are always awesome.
We appreciate it. Yes. Shout out to everyone a part of Choose to Be You that's
Yes.
responded to Jess's DMs.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Absolutely. You guys are all fun.
Oh,
I
that's
saw we're
awesome.
looking for
I'm
a
glad.
launch for the summer.
Yes, definitely,
Oh, that's so
definitely. I
exciting.
was like, I didn't want to promote, but we're gonna
No,
have to promote. We're
promote
gonna have to
yourself.
promote the merch. I was like, I thought you were gonna wear the merchandise and we'd be matching and stuff. But I was like, you
I,
know what?
I totally thought about it,
Next
and
time.
then yeah, for sure.
Next time. Next time.
Uh,
Um, that's awesome. I'm very excited. Hopefully next live. Hopefully it's me again, or actually hopefully it's me again. But most likely, if someone else tries to steal the live from me, then you will be talking with someone else live. Someone else, aka Audric, one of the ones in
yeah,
the
I love him
live
too.
right
He's
now.
also fantastic.
I'm glad you like the whole crew.
No,
Just it's been very awesome having you on here. I learned a lot,
yeah.
and I recommend, if anyone's going through some pain, I'm definitely gonna push them to massage therapist first.
Mm-hmm.
If you can give some sort of tips and things like that, I'll also push them to you, so they can definitely be led in the right direction. But
Yeah, for sure. I always
I can't wait.
you can always DM me if you don't live in my area. And what I have done for people is they'll DM me and ask for like for me to look in their area for a good medical massage therapist, and I'm happy to do that. So if you're comfortable DMing me and
Mhm.
telling me where you live, and you don't know of a good place in your area, just DM me on Instagram, and I will happily look up and find some good therapists for you. And I don't mind doing that at all.
You're awesome. I'll put Jess's app in the comments as well. I guess one last thing, because this is the first Instagram live sort of interaction that we've had. Is there anything that you want to, like, quote unquote shout out, or is there anything that you want to say to the people one last time about you, or anything in that nature?
Nothing comes to mind. Follow me. I try to make like fun, knowledgeable massage content. So if that's interesting to you, definitely give me a follow. I try to educate people on like cupping, gua sha, ice stem work, and just also keep it fun. Like there's pictures of my cats on there. I try to be.
And me,
Yeah.
the cat.
So yeah, I just try to be like encouraging and while still being down to earth and not boring.
Cats are definitely fun. So.
Yes, I'm
So
surprised she's not in
your
here
hair is
right now.
fun too.
Actually, I'm amazed. I figured she was going to interrupt the live 100 times, and she's actually not in here. So, yeah, I'm impressed.
She knows. She featured next episode.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But but anyways, anywho, I hope you have an awesome day, Jess. I hope
Thank
everyone
you.
who's watching has a great day as well. I hope you guys learned something. Hope you guys are excited for the next one. And then DM Jess if anything, like she said, if you need any tips or massage related information, go to her. We're definitely going to be doing more massage related content in the future and lives. So appreciate having you, Jess. Can't
Thank
wait to
you.
have you again. Again, you have an awesome day.
Thank you. You too. Have a good day, everyone.
Bye.